the language is in line with what you're saying, and also ensure that you're engaging, and hopefully you all have visual aids. Now, on the bottom of the rules, which you all have access to, you will realize that there is a sanction for failure to comply with the above mentioned rules, and said sanction or said failure will result in your removal from the room, and an investigation will be launched into your carrying on. Now, let us just segue right into the debate. I hope I was very clear. I hope you all have an understanding of the rules as outlined. So, our first position, well, rather, our first candidate for this particular position is from Region 1, from the Immaculate Conception High School, Zafira Cochrane. I hope I got your name correctly.
Good day. Yes, you did. Can you hear me?
Awesome. I can hear you.
Okay,
Uh,
wonderful.
all right. Do you
All right.
have any visual aids?
No, miss.
Okay, you can say ready when you are ready, and Mrs. McLaughlin will start the timer, so you can go ahead.
Okay, miss. I'm ready. Good day, everyone. My name is Zafira Cochrane from Immaculate Conception High School, and I stand before you today deeply honored to be a candidate for Assistant Vice President of Region 1. We often talk about what makes a team unbreakable, a community unyielding, a relationship that lasts. Is it pure talent? A shared vision alone? I believe it's something more profound, something woven into the very fabric of our interactions, the unwavering certainty that when the ground shifts beneath you, there will be a hand ready to steady you. And in this race, that hand belongs to me, Zafira Cochrane. The principle of service isn't just a word in my vocabulary, it's a current that runs through my very being, a value instilled in me from my earliest days, to see a need and to meet it, to place the well being of others not as an afterthought but as a guiding star. As your assistant vice president, my commitment extends far beyond the duties outlined. Where there's a challenge faced by a teammate, a fellow council member, or a student in our region, and where resources are low, I will be there. Whether it's lending a listening ear to your concerns, amplifying your innovative ideas, offering guidance drawn from my experience, or simply providing the timely reminder that keeps us on track. My purpose here is singular to be an unwavering advocate for the students of Region 1. Therefore, proactive engagement is not just a plan, it's a promise. Expect to see tangible outreaches designed to connect, to serve, and to uplift our region. Because let us be clear, leadership that forgets humility, that neglects service, is nothing more than a hungry ghost forever haunting the very progress we strive to achieve. To truly amplify the voice and impact of Region 1, strategically designed leadership workshops are not merely beneficial, they're foundational. While the position of counselor carries significant weight, the inherent comfort and skill in effective advocacy can vary considerably. These workshops will proactively cultivate crucial competencies, mastering clear and persuasive communication, developing sharp critical thinking skills for problem solving, and confidently representing the diverse needs of the student body. By establishing an interactive and supportive learning community, I aim to empower every counselor to overcome any initial hesitation and articulate the concerns of their constituents with unwavering assurance. This commitment to comprehensive skill development ensures a more informed, more engaged, and ultimately a stronger and more unified collective voice that truly champions the interests of all students within Region 1. During my tenure, I will actively champion accountability and transparency through consistent and accessible practices, regular updates detailing the progress of initiatives, the rationale behind decisions, and the allocation of resources will be proactively shared through accessible channels such as WhatsApp broadcasts and emails. Furthermore, I am committed to upholding open meetings, providing a platform for direct engagement, questions, and feedback from the student body. These sessions will not just be informational, they will be opportunities for genuine dialogue, ensuring that students' voices are heard and considered in the decision-making process. By consistently providing clear information and fostering open communication, I aim to build a foundation of trust and to ensure that my actions and the work of the council are always accessible and answerable to the students we serve. And so, Region 1, I ask you, when the ground shifts, when the challenges arise, who will be there? Who will be the unwavering hand, the listening ear, the voice that champions your needs? I have shown my commitment to service, my dedication to empowerment, and my unwavering belief in transparency. I have laid out my vision for a stronger, more unified Region 1. Now it's your turn to choose that vision. Choose the leadership that serves, the voice that empowers, and the transparency that builds trust. Choose Zafira Cochrane. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Cochrane. Do we have any questions? All right, so what I'll do is to allow all the candidates to present, and then you guys can field your questions to make it flow a little bit easier and faster. So thank you, Ms. Cochrane. We'll definitely come back to you if there are questions. That leads us to the candidate from the St. Andrew High School for Girls, from Region 1 as well, Miss Kelsey Gibbs. Just so you know as well, before you begin, Miss Gibbs, there is a timer that goes off after your 3 minutes has ended. And when you hear it, I'm going to kind of ask that you stop. So you can go ahead. Please declare when you're ready.
Good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Guys, I'm ready to go. Can I go? Yeah.
Yes, you should start.
Okay. Have you ever felt that your ideas were too small to spark big change? Imagine a Region 1 where every spark of creativity fuels a revolution in our schools, a place where every voice ignites progress. But I say, why imagine? My name is Kelsey Gibbs, a proud student leader at the St. Andrew High School for Girls and your next Assistant Vice President for Region 1. Now, you might be wondering, who is this Kelsey girl? Well, let me spill the tea. I'm a leader who listens, a leader who finds solutions, and a leader that leads with heart. I believe it's time to shift the narrative, time to make leadership inclusive, not just for a few well-known schools, but for every student in Region 1. Like Massacre said in Triumph, Medea set a legacy like never before. And that's the energy I'm bringing. I'm using Triumph as our guide. Here's how we'll build the future together. But I want to be real with you. I'm not here to make empty promises of instant change. What I can promise you is that I will lay the foundation, plant the seeds, and do the work necessary to spark progress. Because true lasting change does not happen overnight. But with the right start, it will happen. Now, Triumph. T, toolkit for mental health. Let's start with something that we all experience, but often struggle to talk about, mental health. We've all had those days, stress, pressure, crying over exams. Yeah, been there. That's why with help from the elected board, I launched a mental health toolkit drive for World Mental Health Day. Basic resources made with care for students who need them. And we'll host regional wellness days because your peace of mind should never be on pause. Are representation for all. Your voice matters. Myself and the elected board will introduce a student representation and feedback system with anonymous Google Forms and a live student forum called Speak Your Mind, where real talk leads to real change. Inclusion in leadership. It's time to break the cycle of the same few schools. I'll champion equal opportunities so every student from every school feels empowered to lead in all capacities. You, understanding through education. Now, Real change does not only have come from addressing what's easy to talk about, it comes from tackling what's often ignored. We'll tackle period stigma with the Period Proud campaign. Boys and girls, everyone will learn, discuss, and support. No shame, no silence, just respect. Because this isn't just a girl issue, this is a student problem. M, movement, not just a moment. This isn't just a vote, it's a movement, a shift in mindset, a promise to build something that lasts. P, partnership. We'll partner with schools, businesses, and leaders across Region 1 to bring these ideas to life together. H, heart-led leadership. Everything I do will be rooted in heart because leadership isn't about a title. It's about service, consistency, and care, which are three things that I am very passionate about. So Region 1, I ask you, are you ready to rise? Are you ready to triumph? My name is Kelsey Gibbs, and I'm not ready to just lead. I'm ready to build a future where we all win. Let's make this our triumph. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Gibbs. We're going to move right along. I'm going to ask that you follow the guidelines so you know where you fall. So you just come on as we're going by. So we're heading right over to Region 2, and we're having the candidate from St. Mary High, Nicole J. Richards.
I'm not seeing Nico J in the lineup, so you can proceed, Madam Mendez.
All right, no problem. Thank you. We move on over to Region 5, to the candidate from the Monroe College, Wyatt Dwyer. I hope that's your name.
Yeah, it's Wyatt Dwyer. All right.
Okay, you
All right.
can
Ready?
go ahead.
All right. Good afternoon, moderators. Fellow
Hold
student leader
on,
candidate.
hold on a bit. Hold on a second. Is your camera on?
Yes, miss.
Can you spotlight him, please, Miss McLaughlin? All right, sorry about that, Mr. Dwyer. You can go ahead now.
All right. Ready now? All right. Good afternoon, moderators, fellow student leader candidates, and most importantly, students of Region 5. My name is Wyatt Dwyer, and I'm here before you today proudly as a student leader of the distinguished Monroe College, seeking your support to become your next NSSC Assistant Vice President for Region 5. Leadership is not just about holding position, it's about impact, service, and vision. I have had the honor as serving as the Public Relations Officer for the Environmental Club, a student councillor, a senator on my school student council body, a peer councillor, a sub-prefect, and a proud member of the Toastmasters Society. Each role has enabled my ability to lead with empathy, advocate effectively, and bring people together for meaningful change. But today, I am not here just to talk about what I have done. I am here to share what I plan to do with you and for you. My vision for Region 5 is clear and achievable. First, I will support and defend students' mental health awareness initiatives, ensuring that no student feels left behind or unheard. Our well-being must be prioritized, and I will work with student council body and peer council society of each schools to bring real support into our schools, along with regular empowerment sessions. Secondly, I will work tirelessly to foster inclusivity because every student, regardless of background, ability, or school size, deserves a seat at the table and a voice in the conversation. Thirdly, I will push for schools farm initiatives, working with various clubs and society within schools, combining environmental education, entrepreneurship, and sustainability while tackling food security in a practical and empowering way. Finally, I am committed to driving positive changes within our schools. That means stronger communication, effective representations, and real action, not just promises. I am not just asking for your vote. I am asking for your partnership. Together, we can create a region where student voices are not just heard, but valued and acted upon. Let's raise the standards. Let's build Region 5 into a model of leadership, unity, and progress. Vote Wyatt for your next Assistant VP because progress needs passion and change. Hashtag make a difference. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Dwyer. We segue into Region 6, from Charlemont High School, Mr. Deshaun Williams. Awesome. You can start when you're ready.
All right, pardon me, quick question. Good afternoon. So, am I allowed to share my screen?
Miss Charlene, could you
Yes,
grant
you
him permission?
yes, you may.
All right, thank you, Miss. Mm. Give me a moment. All right, so good afternoon once again to everyone. My name is Deshaun Williams from the Charlemont High School, and I'm running for the position of Region 6 Assistant Vice President. Here's an overview of my manifesto. So to initial introductions. Once again, I am Deshaun Williams of the Charlemont High School, and I'm offering myself for the role of Assistant Vice President and Treasurer of Region 6. This is a dual position that calls for strategic thinking, financial discipline, and impactful leadership. I bring all of that with energy, integrity, and vision. This isn't just a campaign, it's a movement to build strength, to build on the strength of our foundation while keeping our leadership fresh, relevant, and effective. Let's move together. So my mission statement is to represent Region 6 with integrity, lead with creativity, and manage finances with full transparency, all while empowering students and making the most out of every dollar. I have a 3-point action plan, which is divided into fresh leadership and firm communication, bringing structure and voice to every corner of the region. I'll hold regular inter-school leadership check-ins to unify efforts and exchange ideas, create a monthly region rundown, a digital brief updating schools on decisions, upcoming projects, and funding matters, set up a feedback and suggestion portal, making leadership more accessible and student concerns more visible. Transparent treasury, smart budgeting, doing more with less, and doing it right. Acknowledging our reality. The regional budget is limited, but innovation doesn't have to be. I'll work with what we have and still deliver value. Implement a clear quarterly breakdown of finances showing how every cent is spent. Launch a pitch for funding initiative where students submit proposals for small-scale projects, promoting creativity even with tight funds. Host finance workshops for student leaders to teach resource management and budgeting strategies that maximize outcomes on minimal budget. Prioritizing fundraisers that are low cost but high impact, such as digital drives, school challenges, and creative collabs across institutions. Finally, innovation in action, unity by design, creativity that connects, projects that matter. Roll out a one region, one project initiative where all schools collaborate on a shared annual cause, whether it's community outreach, awareness, or regional fundraising. Launch a Region 6 digital hub, a centralized online space for student updates, features, and opportunities. Introduce a student spotlight series to celebrate standout talent, leadership, and impact across the region because every student deserves to be seen. My slogan, this campaign isn't just about filling a position. It's about delivering purpose. Foundation firm, vibe pressure, keeping it fresh with Dish. This means strong systems, bold ideas, and leadership that evolves with the people it serves. And finally, I leave you with this. We evolve beyond who we were yesterday. Step by step, word by word, action by action, we move forward. That's how progress is made. That's how leaders rise. Like a drill, or willpower pushes through every obstacle, through every doubt, and reshapes the future. I'm not here to imitate. I'm not here to follow. I'm here to grow, to lead, and to inspire. So don't just believe in the Deshaun Williams who stands before you. Believe in the you who dares to dream, to act, to evolve. Because together, we won't just aim for the sky. We'll pierce it, and beyond that sky, we'll build something greater. Thank you.
Thank you, Deshaun. We are moving right along. Let me just pause to thank each and every one of you who would have presented her for being so diligent and cautious with your time. Without further ado, we move to the St. Catherine High School, still in Region 6, and I now invite Danielle Smith to do her presentation.
Are you seeing me? Are you hearing me clearly?
Yes, seeing and hearing.
Okay, thank you. Can I go ahead?
Ready?
Okay. Have you ever sat in a class wondering if anyone truly hears you? If your ideas challenges your dreams and you are just whispers in a room full of noise? Well, I refuse to accept a Region 6 where young voices are drowned out by the same old scripts. I stand before you today, not just as a leader, but as a student who believes that our voices, our energy, and our courage deserve more than lip service. I am Daniel Smith, and I am running to be your next Assistant Vice President for Region 6 because your voice isn't just important, it is indispensable. Let me tell you why this campaign matters so much to me. It isn't about title, it is about action. It's about turning all-way concerns and group chat rants into real changes. That's why I stand with my 4 pillars. To keep us focused, my campaign stand on 4 pillars. BOSV, better student welfare, peer-led mental health programs, cleaner and safer schools, and emergency support system. O, opportunities for growth, regional leadership training, innovation expos, talent showcase, and access to scholarships and career guidance. S, stronger student representation, monthly roundups, and digital suggestion platform because your voice matters. V, visible, reachable, real. I will show up online, on campus, and I will be visible in every conversation that counts. How will I bring my 4 pillars to life? Peer mental health ambassadors that break stigmas and support each others. Innovation Expo and talent showcase that spotlight and the spot that spots the light brilliance of Region 6. I will ensure I will ensure that every student has the opportunity to showcase their talent and bring forth the best of their potential. Lead Loud with Smith Challenge. Voice series that share student hacks, talents, and voice that deserve to be seen. Let me tell you now, guys, this isn't about campaigning. This isn't about title. This is about our action. This is about bringing everything to life. And we don't settle for speeches, or we choose transformation. I am not just asking for your vote, I am asking for your help. Together we will build a region 6 where every concern sparks action, every student has a chance to thrive, every voice echoes loud and clear. When you cast your ballot, remember remember, you're not choosing a title, you're choosing a movement. Let's lead loud with Smith, and don't forget my slogan: not just a leader, a voice, a vision, and a vibe. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Smith. That leads us to our final region, Region 7, where we have two candidates. The first, Christopher Edwards from the Bustamante High School.
I'm not seeing Christopher in the lineup.
Alrighty, that means we move on to Kimani Anderson from Very Technical High.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good
Yep,
afternoon.
Chen. You see me, right?
Yes, we are.
Hearing clearly?
We are.
Okay. May I proceed?
You may.
Thank you. Good evening, my fellow viewers. To our returning officer Yannick Mendez and to our overseer Miss McLaughlin. My name is Kimani Anderson, student council president for the Veer Technical High School and candidate for assistant vice president slash treasurer for Region 7. My followed achievements are treasurer for the United Nations, assistant president for the STEM club slash science club, and member of the Lionel Town Youth Department. I sit before you because I stand. Um, Kimani Anderson, a dedicated student, a proven leader, and your candidate for regional assistant vice president. My journey as student council president has been defined by actions, not just words. I've witnessed the power of student voices and the tangible impact we can create when we work together. Now, I seek to extend that impact across our entire region. My vision: I envision a region where every student feels seen, heard, and empowered. A region where our councils are vibrant, our communities are strong, and our voices resonate with purpose. I believe in fostering spirit. No, sorry. I believe in fostering a collaborative spirit where we unite to create lasting positive changes. My commitments. My platform is to build on four pillars. Sorry. To build on four pillars, each designated to address the needs and aspirations of our student body, elevating student awareness, making every council recognized. Our region is rich with diverse student councils, each contributing uniquely to our collective experience. I pledge to create a platform for inter-council collaborations, ensuring every council's achievements are celebrated and their initiatives are amplified. This will involve creating a regional newsletter, hosting inter-council workshops, establishing a digital hub to, res- to for resource sharing. This will allow for every council to have the resources to be successful, mental to be successful. Secondly, mental awareness for male students in the region. The mental well-being of our male students is paramount. I will initiate regional clubs such campaigns to break down the stigma surrounding mental health, providing safe spaces for dialogue and support. This will include workshops, peer support groups, and collaborations with mental health professionals. This will allow for the male students to have an outlet and to know that they are supported. Thirdly, implementing a joint student council committee for the region. Unity is strength. A regional committee will facilitate seamless communication and collaborations between councils. This committee will serve as a central hub for sharing best practices, coordinating regional events, and addressing shared challenges. This will allow for the councils to be more efficient and to contribute to the region as a whole. Finally, creating a better environment slash regional community service. We are stewards of our environment. I will spearhead regional community service initiatives focused on environmental sustainability, fostering a sense of collective responses. This will include cleanup drives, tree planting projects, and educational campaigns to promote eco consciousness. This allows for the students to have a real and positive impact on our environment. Why Kimani Anderson? Proven leadership. My tenure as student council president demonstrates my ability to deliver results. Dedication. I am a hard working and dedicated student who will always put the needs of the students first. Passion. I am passionate about empowering students and building a stronger, more united region and action orientated. I am committed to creating real change that will have a positive impact on the environment and students. Let's build a region where every student thrives, every council shines, and every voice matters. Vote Kimani Anderson for Regional Assistant Vice President. Together we make a difference. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Did the other applicants slash candidates, did they join? I think Christopher Edwards and Nicholas Richards.
Yes, we're waiting on. I'm not seeing either in the. I'm not seeing either in the chat in the lineup. Ms. Mendes, may I suggest you proceed with the Q&A?
I will most definitely. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
All right, so question time. Do we have any questions for our regional assistant VPs and treasurers? No questions?
Hello?
Yeah?
You may
Hello,
raise your hand.
Yeah,
uh,
please raise your hand. Thanks,
So
Mr.
I don't know where the raise hand feature is on Zoom. I must apologize.
Okay. Who is speaking, please? Can you identify yourself?
Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. This is Shaquan White of the National Secondary Student Council. I am the Region 6 Vice President currently. The Region 6 leaving officer. And I am also vying for the role of General Secretary. So my question for specifically the Region 6 Assistant VPs. What is the first initiative you will put in place as when you are inducted, if you are inducted for that matter? For that goes for Deshaun and Daniel.
Thank you. Deshaun, Daniel.
Pardon me, I did not hear it clearly. He was breaking up. So could you please repeat the question, Shakwan?
Right. Mr. White, please repeat your question.
Sure. What is the first initiative you will put in place as Assistant VP for Region 6?
So he's asking, what is the first initiative you will put in place as Assistant VP for Region 6? And that goes to Deshaun Williams and Daniel Smith. Go ahead, Deshaun.
All right, so my first initiative, as if I am elected into office, I will be ruling according to, if my team does agree with me, we would be we would we would be rolling with the with my 3-point action plan. And the first initiative on that is to host regular inter-school check-ins for unity and to exchange ideas. As my first initiative, hosting regular check-ins.
Thank you. Daniel? I think Daniel would have exited. So we will move on. Craig, you can go ahead.
Good afternoon. Are you hearing me?
Good afternoon. Yes, hearing you.
Okay, so my question to the Region 6 Vice candidates, it goes like this. What skills do you bring to the table that set you apart from the other candidates? Or from the other candidates?
Was that a question for all the candidates, Mr. Lewis?
That was a question aimed at the Region 6 candidates.
Okay. So again, we go to Daniel and Deshaun. The question he posed was what sets you apart from the other?
Yes, what skills do you bring to the table that set you apart from the other candidate?
Okay, thank you. Deshaun and Daniel?
Hello?
Yes, you can go ahead.
Oh, so the question is what are the skills that I bring to the table that set me apart from other candidates? That's it, right?
Yes.
Okay. So the skills that I bring to the table is authentic communication, because I don't just speak, I connect, right? And I will be there, I'll be visible, I will be reachable. You can text me at any time and you can get me, right? Creative problem solving, because I think outside of the box. I don't just wait for others to think for me. I think outside of the box. And consistency. I will say consistency, because I don't make empty promises. I work and I ensure that action is a part of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel. Deshaun?
All right. So the skills I bring to the table that set me apart from the other candidates. Adaptability, the ability to adapt to any situation or any misstep in a plan or a given situation, being able to work with it or work around it. Yes. Great team collaboration skills, my willingness to listen to my teammates. I mean, that is a given in this setting. Yes. But great team collaboration skills and my innovativeness, my ability to think out, not to use what she said, but to think outside the box and get creative with ideas to implement for the region.
All right, thank you both. Thank you, Daniel and Deshaun, and thank you for your question. Mr. Lewis, do we have any other questions? Going again, in terms of the questions, do we have any other questions for the candidates? And just to remind you, these are the regional assistant VP/treasurers. Go ahead, Daniel.
Okay, so my question is posed to Region 1 and Region 6 candidates. And the question is, as a leader, um, as a leader, will you be reachable and will you be able to collaborate with the executives if you get this position? And why I ask that question is because as a leader and as an executive, you are supposed to be able to be reachable at any given time because you're working under the vice president, so your assistant vice president. So you can answer.
So that goes to Deshaun. And hold on, let me ensure I'm getting the names correctly. So Deshaun from Region 6 and Region 1, we have Zafira and Kelsey. You can go ahead, Deshaun, then we could just go to Zafira and then to Kelsey.
All right, so for initially, will I be reachable? Yes, I will be. As a point to note, I myself have struggled with communication issues, but it has been it has been pointed out to me since my presidency at the Charlemont High School, and it has something that I've consistently been working on, and I'm continuing to working on. So yes, I will be reachable. And will I be able to work with my executives? Most definitely. That's all, guys.
Okay, so yes, most definitely I would be accessible. I mean, with respect to the fact that I am a student, so there are certain things like studying and stuff, but I will be accessible. And as it relates to working with the executives, of course, I would be able to work with them. One of the things that I'm big on is people being able to tell me what it is that they want, their expectations. If there is an area in which I am not fulfilling to the best of my abilities, or if there's an area where I'm slacking off, of course, I would definitely want for my executive members to point it out, because at the end of the day, we are working not just it's not just an individual position, it is a position that requires teammates and requires work from all ends. So accountability on the part of my teammates would definitely be accepted, it would definitely be welcomed actually. And accountability from my part, I would most definitely do my best to hold myself accountable and to hold my team accountable. Also, yes, to know what they have, their suggestions, their ideas, that's definitely a part of it, because as I said before, this isn't an individual position, it's a position where you'd work with a team. This isn't an individual goal, it's something that has to be done with a team. So of course I would be available, and yes, I would most definitely be able to work with a team.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I hope everybody's hearing me still. Can somebody just confirm, please?
Yes, we're hearing you.
Okay, perfect. So to answer Daniel's question, thank you for that question, Daniel. I would 100% be accessible. I think right now I am a very sociable person. People can just come up to me and talk to me, and I pride myself in that. One thing that I always tell people is it's important to listen to understand and not just to respond. And that's something that I constantly do. I listen to understand people's perspectives, not just to respond, but to understand what they're saying so I can help them. I would have mentioned that I'm not just pointing out problems, but trying to help find solutions. And I feel like that's important. Not just pointing out a problem, but finding the solutions. As it relates to working with the elected board, I think that should not be an area that's a cause for concern for me personally, because I have worked with different people with different personalities, and I have done exceptionally well, I'd say. Um, I think, yeah, working with other people is not an issue for me. I work in different capacities, in different clubs, where I have to work with different people with different personalities. And you learn from other people because other people's opinions, voices, they matter. And what other people have to say are always important. So yeah, I think that working with the elected board will not be a problem for me. I would have mentioned in my speech that all of my goals, all of my initiatives, everything that I want to happen is with help with the elected board. So yeah, I'm prepared to work with all the appointed persons. And yeah, thank you for the question, Daniel, and love the responses from the other candidates.
All right, thank you, Kelsey, Zafira, and Deshaun. And also thank you, Daniel, for that question. So we have two additional questions. First, we're taking the question from Deshaun. His hand is raised, and then we go to Darian Makuk.
All right, so good afternoon again, guys. So this is a general question to all candidates. What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind as an assistant vice president? Especially in the fact that we're in the 50th anniversary of NSSC, you know. So to you all.
All right, since it's a question posed to all candidates, thank you, Deshaun. We're just going to state them based on regions. So we are going with Zafira, Kelsey, Nicole J isn't here. So we'll go to Wyatt, Deshaun asked question, Daniel and Kimani. So just to redo that, Zafira, then Kelsey.
Okay, so the sort of legacy I'd want to leave is one of impact. I want it to be a case that by the end of this year or through my tenure, people are able to say that they have seen my face, they have seen the impact of NSSC. It's not a case where we're sitting down and quietly working on things under the wraps without people having being knowledgeable about these things. So definitely a year of impact and also a year of service. I would definitely, as stated in my manifesto, love to carry out some outreaches because a lot of the times we can get so comfortable in our bubbles and not see the needs that need to be met. And sometimes these needs move outside of our region, they move outside of our schools. And so, definitely a year of impact and a year of service. Those are the two things that would definitely motivate me and drive me in my dealings for this year.
Thank you, Zafira. Kelsey?
Okay. Again, I love that question. So for me, the legacy I want to leave, again, I want new voices and fresh perspectives. I realize it's an issue in Region 1 where not all schools feel empowered to speak up, to be included in leadership. So for me, I want to encourage all students from all schools, regardless of their school's name or size, to feel empowered to speak up and be leaders in these capacities. I want to see more schools involved. I realize it's a problem island wide where not all schools are involved, not all regions are involved. For me, that's a big thing. And I want for Region 1, all the schools in Kingston, St. Andrew, no matter the well known schools or the non traditional schools, I want all the schools to speak up and make an impact and for their impact to be recognized, not just my impact, but everybody's impact and everybody's voice to be recognized and for everybody to be empowered. So that's the legacy that I want to leave. Yeah, thank you for the question.
Thank you, Kelsey. Would we take that question to Mr. Dwyer?
All right, thank you for the question. May I be excused from my camera? I'm not sure what's going on right now. All right, so the impact that I would like to leave is a very strong and rememberful impact. Yes. All right. So the impact that I want to leave does not have that won't be based off only me alone, but the other execs. I want to leave an impact this year or the upcoming 2025 to 26 year impact where that is unforgettable and years to come person will still mention it. Along with my exec body that will be elected, I would like for them to also leave an impact that they do not only take the position and just sit and keep it, but also act out. That at the end of their tenure, persons are able to say, yes, they had acted upon their plans, and yes, we have seen what they have done. And if these persons are to go again to get reelected, persons are confident enough to reelect them.
All right, thank you. Danielle and then Kimani.
Okay. So the legacy that I would want to be left behind is one that people sees me not just for the title, that they know that I was there because action was there also. I want to be remembered as the person who made effort and pushed through for others, not just for myself and not just for students in my school. I want to be remembered because I led loud, as my campaign name would say, lead loud with Smith. I want to be remembered that I made student welfare the top priority and that I opened doors for opportunities for other students so that they can be so they can be heard and seen also.
Thank you, guys. Darian, you can go ahead with your question. Or did Kimani go already? I don't think Kimani is here. So, Darian, you can go ahead with the questions.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me? Hello.
We're hearing you, Darian. You can go ahead.
I'm Darian McCook, outgoing Region 7 Vice President. I was going to ask the 5 and 7 regions, but I don't think 7 is here. So Region 5, acknowledging the aspect of financial matters as Assistant Vice President and Treasurer, how will you ensure that the region's funds are properly accounted for and wisely used?
All right. Thank you for that question, Mr. McCook. Wait, yes. All right. So to ensure that the region's funds are correctly accounted for, I'm trying to find back the correct word, the correct term to use. Hold on, give me a second, please. All right. So to ensure that the region's funds are correctly utilized and put to proper use, accountability, which won't only come from me, but also higher ups, which I would have to respond to, which would be the vice president and the PRO/secretary. In order to gain these funds, also fundraising activities and working alongside other companies in order to gain donations or sponsorship, we can be also put out to help students in need in various aspects of their school life.
Awesome. Was that a question to just Mr. Dwyer?
I was addressing it to regions 5 and 7, but since 7 is not here, maybe I could do 1, or I don't know if any other region is present.
Region 1, do you want to take on that question? And then we close all the questions?
Yes, miss.
Could you
Okay,
repeat the question, please?
repeat the question, please, Mr. McCook.
Yes, miss, I'd like to answer.
Okay, just repeating, the question was, as Vice President and Treasurer, how do you ensure that the region's funds are properly accounted for and wisely used?
Okay, so in order to ensure that the funds are properly accounted for and wisely used, definitely to make use of a trustee Excel to ensure that all the funds are accounted for, regular checkups, regular check-ins on all the funds. And in terms of the wise use of the funds, it would be based on our priorities. So these set of priorities would be established with the help of the regional vice president and the other executive members. So when we look at what or where priorities lie, then we can think about how to allocate the money to the different areas.
All right, thank you. You can go ahead, Kelsey.
Okay, sorry, my Zoom just went in and out. Could the question please be rephrased? I didn't hear when my Zoom was going out.
Oh, I was just asking, how will you ensure that the region's funds or region's money is properly accounted for and wisely used?
Okay, thank you for that question. So I'll ensure to work closely with the national treasurer, try to speak with whoever that elected person is to hear their plans, because I'm sure they have plans for the specific regions. I'd also speak closely with the vice president to see the plans that they also have, to make sure the money is accounted for properly, and make sure to take detailed accounting of the different funds and where they're going. And yeah, just trying to work with the initiatives that the national treasurer has and the plans that they have for the funds for NSSC.
Awesome. So thank you, for your questions, and thank you, candidates, for your responses. Also, thank you all for, just tuning in and giving of yourselves to serve in this capacity. You did excellently with your presentations. And I wish you all the very best in your bid to becoming VP, well, Assistant VP / Treasurer uh, for your respective regions. And with that being said, thank you again so very much. And I am handing back over to Ms. McLaughlin. Yeah.
All right, thank you very much, Ms. Mendez, for ably taking us through the live debates for our regional assistant vice president / treasurers. Candidates, you're on your semifinals of this journey, and I just want to wish you all the very best as you continue to campaign. Keep it clean, keep it fair, and let us take it to the finish line, all right? So all the best, ladies and gentlemen. You have a good rest of the evening.
Excuse me, Miss McLaughlin.
Bye.
You too, miss.
Miss.
Take care.
Miss, I'm not sure if it's
Miss,
a message that I put in chat.
good afternoon, Miss. Quick
What you
question.
said, Deshaun? What did you say?
Miss Tijan, I had sent you
Tijan.
another message in chat. I'm not sure if you saw it.
Which chat? You know this chat, a Zoom chat?
Yes, Miss,
I'm
directly.
not following that chat, sir. I'm here on my phone.
Okay, Miss.
What is the question?
Well, I was really just asking regarding
All right,
the
Miss.
delegates, if there's anything else after elections.
After life goes on.
Yes, Miss.
Yeah.
The Miss,
So
we
if,
should just,
so if,
yes, Miss.
so if you're
All right, Miss. Quick
elected,
question.
hold on, let me finish, Mr. Tijon. If you're elected, the work begins. If not elected, you still find an avenue to serve.
Yes,
Okay.
Miss.
All right, go
Yes,
ahead,
Miss.
Deshaun. Deshaun, you had a question?
All right, Miss. I was just asking if I could share my manifesto document with the delegates.
How are you going to share that now? Put it on your social media. Okay?
Pardon me, Miss?
You can post to your social media.
Pardon me, Miss?
You can
Okay,
post
Miss.
it to your social media.
All right, Miss. Thank you.
Most welcome. Have a good evening, everyone.
You too,
Same
Miss.
to you.
All right, take
You
care.
too, Miss.
Bye-bye.